Let's get started. 488 times 540. Y'all, I had a student that walked up to me, and this is what her paper looked like. She said, Miss Dunn, I think I got something's going on here. What's the situation? And I said, the situation is you're on the right track. Because what had she just done? She had multiplied the 0 times the 8, the 0 times the 8, and the 0 times the 4. What's the next step? What's the next step? Jacory, put my 0 where? If I don't put it there because I'm moving to my tens, it's wrong. Okay, what's the next step after that? Kayla. I got to mark out what I've already multiplied. I got to mark out that 0 because I've already multiplied it. Then, if I carried anything, I would have what? Okay, now I'm moving on to my next step, which is what?
4.
4 times
8. 4 times 8.
4 times 8, 4 times 8, 4 times 4, right? I know that 4 times 8 is 32, so I put my 2. I carry my 3. 4 times 8 is 32 plus 3 is?
35.
Put my 5, carry my 3. 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3. 19. So I should have gotten 19,520 for my second partial product. What are my next steps? Virtual people, this is where I've been noticing y'all are lacking. What's my next step? Help me out, Achilles. Housekeeping. And what's my housekeeping? I got to clean up. What have I got to do? Tell me one thing, Achilles. Erase what I carried. So I'm going to erase my 2 3s. Okay. All right. What's next? Christopher.
Erase the 4.
I'm not going to erase the 4. Mark it out because I've already what? Multiplied it. And I don't want to get confused. Most important, Elijah. And that came from all virtual people. Y'all know what y'all just did? Showed up and showed out. Thank you. Good job, guys. That makes me so proud. Okay, what am I doing next? What's my next step, Kaylee? You got it. 5 times 8, 5 times 8, and 5 times 4. Check my math, guys. Check me. Am I correct?
Yes.
All right, good. And then when I add it up, check my math for my final product. 263,520. Do y'all agree with that?
Yes. I got it right. I'm so smart.
Because he's going to do it differently.
Yeah. I did.
All right. Okay, now let's look at number 2. Guys, could you do 665 using the standard algorithm? Yeah, you can. It is hard. This one's tough. Let me show you what I want you to do. What's my divisor, guys?
35.
Let's round 35. Let's estimate. What's 40? Let's estimate what our answer might be. That gives us a starting point. Okay? Now, so if 35 is going to round to 40, what is a multiple of 40 that's close to 660?
1. Let's see, or 100, I mean.
What is a multiple of 40? What can I multiply 40 by to get something close to 660?
No,
Okay.
because that go over. That go over.
What's,
That'll be 80.
y'all, what's 20 times 40?
80?
No, it's not.
80.
It's 800.
Oh,
Look, guys, y'all aren't thinking right. Multiples of 40. 40 times 1 is 40. 40 times 2 is 80. So I got to go way up. So think about it like this. A multiple of 4 that's going to be close. Let me show you this. Let's think about it like this. Is 35 going to go into 6 or 66? How many groups of 35 are in 66? I had a student come up to me and she said,
13.
2 35s is 70. So how many 35s are going to go into 66? How many?
13.
No. How many 35s? How many? 1. So I'm going to put a 1 where? Over this 6 because I'm doing it into 66. So what is 1 times 35, y'all?
35.
All right, so I'm going to subtract out just 35. 6 minus 5 is 1, sorry. And 6 minus 3 is?
3.
And I'm going to bring down this what? A 5. Okay, now I'm at 315 divided by 35. Guys,
1.
what's 35 times 10?
30.
So that's too big, right? So let's try 35 times what? 9. So come over here and do 35 times 9, and let's see what we get. And let's see if it's not more than 315. Christopher, get started. 35 times 9. Shh. Because we knew 35 times 10 was too much, because that's 350, and that's more than 315. Okay, what is 35 times 9? What'd you get, Achilles? 315. So, how many groups of 35 go into 315? 9. So where do I put that 9? Over the 5. Look this way. Look this way. What is 9 times 35? Y'all have already worked it. 315. You need to finish your problem. If not, it's not finished. Subtract it out. 315 minus 315. So my final answer, my quotient in this division problem is what? 19. This one was tough, and let me tell you, this one is like what we're going to start doing tomorrow. So is it okay if you struggle a little bit with this one today? Yeah, because we haven't had a lesson on it yet, so that's okay. That's okay.
If they still use the big 7.
Is it okay if you still use the big 7? Yes. Yes. Okay, let's look at number 3. All right, guys, if I'm going to add these two numbers, first of all, what's the whole number in this first number, Kaylee? No, what's the whole number? The number on the left side of the decimal. What? No, baby. On the left side of the decimal. 3. Okay, what's the whole number in this problem? In 1.3, Kaylee? What? I just can't hear you. 1. Okay, if I'm going to add 3 plus 1, where am I going to line up the 1, guys? Underneath it. And what do I have right here? Okay, let's look at that. It's going to line up like that. I'm going to put 0, 9, and then I'm going to put this 3 in what place? Under the 0, because what is that place? The tenths, and that's 1 and 3/10, right? What about underneath that 9? I could put a 0. Check your paper right now and see if you've lined those up correctly. See if you have lined those up correctly. Beautiful. You got it? You got it? All right. So when I add that, what do I get as my final answer, Kayla?
4 and 39.
Hundreds. 4 and 39 hundredths, right? That's simple. That's something that we should have. 4 and 39 hundredths, okay? So let's look now. Guys, look at my face. There is some hard stuff on this test, but let me tell you what's not hard. You shouldn't be missing number 3, and you shouldn't be missing, how many problems are on number 4? 3. That's 4 problems. That's 4 problems. Yes, there's some hard stuff, but let me tell you this. You shouldn't be missing number 3, and you shouldn't be missing any of those problems on number 4. Not one. Because on number 4, all I've got to do is what? Move the decimal. All right, so let's look. How many times am I going to move this decimal? 3. I've really got to take my pencil and move the decimal 3 times. Looking this way. What's the decimal between right now?
1 and 6.
It's not going to be between the 1 and the 6 if I move it 3 times. It's not going to be there anymore. It will not be between the 1 and the 6. I'm going to move it. Right? 3 times. What'd you get for your final answer, Christopher?
1,650.
Correct. Because I move it. 1, now it's between the 6 and the 5. 2, now it's after the 5. 3, now I got to put a 0. So it's 1,650. You should not miss these on your test. And that's 3 questions. Okay, that can give you a lot of points. All right, 145 divided by 10 to the third power. It looks like it doesn't have a decimal, doesn't it? But where is the decimal on all whole numbers? Where is the decimal on all whole numbers? Where is it, Kamaria? After what digit? 5. After 5. If I'm dividing this, I'm going to make this number smaller. So do you see where I put my decimal? And now I'm going to move it back. How many times? 3. So it's not going to be 145 anymore. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. What am I going to write down? Where's that decimal now, Kaylee? In front of the what? In front of the 1. So I'm going to write down decimal 145 thousandths. Just like that. You have to write your decimal. Otherwise, you wrote down 145. That's 145 wholes. That's 145 thousandths. Big difference. All right. 86 and 2/10 divided by 10 to the first power. I've got to divide it, so it's not going to be 86 anymore in front of the decimal, is it? No. Because I'm going to make it smaller. What is it going to be, Gabby? 8 decimal 62. These are my whole numbers on that side of the decimal. All right, so let's look. Number 5. I had a student come up to me when they were doing this morning and said, Miss Dunn, I'm not sure about how to do number 5. What would be a good, let me tell you what I told her to do. I said, look on day A. What did we do on day A? Is this problem asking something similar? What is it asking for in this problem? In all. A what? A total. When I get a total, I can do 2 things. Add or multiply. Okay? I multiply if it's the same number over. Right? Right? Okay, now, what do I know? That he works for what?
25
hours. 45. Look, guys. This is an hour. 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 How many hours? No. How many hours? Okay. How much did he make in this hour?
24.
How much did he make in this hour?
24.
How much did he make in this hour? How much he made $24 45 times. Right? So what would I need to do to solve this? Multiply. So I would do 24 times 45. Okay, let me tell you something. This is where you've got to use your mathematical practices. You need to think about to see if your answer is anywhere near right. Guys, what's 20 times 40?
0.
20 times 40.
20.
800. So if your answer isn't more than 800, you're wrong. So you got to think about it. 20 times 40 is 800. If your answer isn't more than 800, it's probably wrong. Right? All right, so let's look. I'm going to do 5 times 4 and get 20. You may have done 45 times 24 and your partial products will be different, but your answer will be what? And that's fine. 5 times 2 is 10. 12, I'm going to mark that out, put my 0, erase my 2. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, for an answer of $1,080.
I didn't get that right.
$1,080. Yes, Wade.
You told us once that if it has each in a question mark, what does that mean again?
If it has each in the question mark, in the sentence with the question mark, 99% of the time it means to divide. Right.
I thought it meant to multiply.
And this one doesn't have each in the question mark, does it?
No.
Okay, good. All right, let's look at number 6. Number 6 was a little easier than yesterday. Yesterday's was real tough. All right, go through, circle your equal sign. Circle your equal sign on every one of them. Because what you've got to do is make both sides the same. It's an equation and you've got to balance it, okay? If this side is complete, there's nothing to do, right? If this is 15, what could I multiply 15 by so that it would be equal? 1. Because what's 15 times 0? What's 15 times 0? 0. And 0 is not equal to 15. All right? Guys, what is 3 plus 4?
8.
No, it's not. All right. So what would I add to 4 to get 7? 3. This side was a lot easier today. All right. I've got a 0. Justin, what could I multiply 8 by to have 0 on this side? 0. Good job, Justin. All right. Guys, I've got 13 plus 15 plus 16. There's some easy ways to do this. If I've got 13 plus 16 on this side, what could I add to that to make it equal Kamaria? Plus 15. Plus 15. All right, now, go to number 7. All right, guys, if you don't have 1900s written as a decimal like this, you're not going to do well on your test. All right, Christopher, sit up. You're not going to do well on your test. Instead of making this 110, I want it to be what? 10. So if you don't have a 0 right here on your paper and a 0 right here to make this 20 hundredths, you won't do well on your test. So if you don't want to do well, don't put it. You don't have it. You need to make that 10 hundredths. You need to make that 20 hundredths. Good job, Justin. Good. Okay, now, so where is 19 hundredths going to fall? Right in front of what? 20 hundredths. So I'm going to put this and I'm going to write 19. Okay. Who thinks that they've got this expanded form down pat?
No.
All right, bring it here, Wade. Let's see what you got.
I don't know how to do it.
Let's see. Huh? All right, guys, remember, this number is not just 60 plus 7, right? What is this digit? 6. What place is it in? So I'm going to write 6 times what? Yep. So let's look. All right, let's look at what Wade did. Wade said, this 6 is in the tens place, so it's 6 times 10. This 7 is in the ones place, so it's 7 times 1. Get up. Quit. All right. This 4 is in the tenths place, so it's 4 times 1/10. This 1 is in the hundredths place, so it's 1 times 100. This 5 is in the thousandths place, so it's 5 times 1,000. And what did you notice happened in between each digit? We added in between each digit so that we could put this number what? Back together. Okay? All this is the 6. What place is it in? So 6 times 10. Plus, this is the 7. What place is it in? 7 times 1. This is the 4. What place is it in? 4 times 1/10. Could you have written this? And for the 1, could you have written 1 times? Because it means 100. 5 times. Got it? Okay. Any questions?
I don't know how to do it.
Okay. I'll talk to you more about it later. All right. Good job, Wade. All right. Now, I want you to take your morning math, and I want